Hi, it's Luke here from Proactive Reporting, the instant reporting app brought to you by the Welsh Rugby Union. I'm looking for a day to talk you through how to add a concussion. It really is hopefully pretty straightforward, and it starts with submitting a report. Now, if you've watched a previous video, which hopefully you will have seen that occur, and that means it makes this process a lot more straightforward. So best practice protocol, I would say, add an incident first, submit a report about the injury like we have here on this one here, dated the 2nd of April for John Smith. And at the end of that, you will either be asked at that point to add the concussion or afterwards in this case. So here we're going to go to submit a report. We're going to add the concussion. And then we're going to see up here a drop-down list of logged reports. And here's one that we have earlier, like I said. So we can select that. That will then retain all the information from that initial report. And that allows us to then simply add the symptoms of concussion that were noticed and that are the reason this person is being put on the return to play protocol. And then we need to pass that information on. So if this is an individual over 18, you will simply put that individual's email and telephone number in, and they will then get the details emailed to them so that they know what stage they're at. That comes with it, the information about how to work through the return to play. But for a lot of instances, it will be an individual who's under 18, in which case we need to put guardian's name, the guardian's email, and the telephone number. Once those information has been put in, then, and we've checked that we're happy with the rest of the information, and we start the tracker, that individual that's put in as the guardian will be emailed and text the important information about the incident and also how they follow the protocol of returning to play. So we then look in the dashboard, we go into concussions, we go into in recovery, because these individuals obviously only just started their process. You can see the incident that we've been talking about here. You can see the guardian that was associated with it, and you can see the stage they're at. More importantly, if you click in it, you'll see the information that they should need in order to work through the process. So here we can see stage 1 is absolute rest. You can see here the GRTP documentation. If you click that, that will come up as well. So the person has a visual view and they can print that out and manage that themselves. And as the system is set up, that individual, the guardian in this instance, will get an email or a text at every stage after the right amount of time to let them know how that individual is progressing, and where relevant, they will be in charge of saying whether that person can move forward in the return to play protocol. And that's the important bit here, that the guardian or the individual that are over 18 is in charge of managing it. The people in the team that reported the incident, the team manager, the coaches, can see through their dashboard what stage that individual is at. They can help along, they can support with advice, but they are not responsible for moving that person along the protocol. That is the guardian or the individual. There is one other useful element here, which is copying the link. And it's worth stressing, if you copy that link and send that to someone, it will only show them the stage that the individual is at. It will not give them access to be able to progress them along. As I said, that will only be down to the person whose information you put in, the email and the telephone number, the guardian or the individual if they're over 18. But it is useful if you've got school members or school staff or the child or individual playing in other places where you want the person looking after them there to know what stage they're at. It's really great from a safeguarding point of view, looking at the care outside the club. So what we don't want is someone leaving on a concussion protocol, ending up going off to another club or a school, and then not being aware, and then that person playing when they shouldn't be, either rugby or any other activity that doesn't fit with the stage they're at. So hopefully that's been useful in how we add a concussion. Just a reminder, you go through and submit a report first. That would be the way I would suggest doing it. And then you can go and find that report when you're submitting concussion. All the information will be there. You add the relevant details, send it to the relevant people so that they can then manage that concussion, and then it will appear on the dashboard for the team and the team managers to just keep an eye on and make sure that that person is cared for in the right way and can return as safely as possible, helping us keep the game we love safe.